Imagine a cursed mansion so creepy it's been swallowing secrets, and people, for over 200 years. In Unraveling the Mystery, a brave girl named Mia faces slamming doors and trapped ghosts to break an ancient curse, but will she escape the shadows watching her? Then, in Creepy Encounters, a photographer and a group of teens vanish after meeting glowing eyes and bony hands that reach for mirrors, proof the manor doesn't let go. And in The Lost Guest, a writer named Clara checks in for one night, only to leave behind a smashed camera, a red coat, and whispers that echo through the fog, begging you to join her. Blackwood Manor isn't just haunted, it's hungry. Which stories got you hooked? First story, Blackwood Manor, Unraveling the Mystery. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a spooky, thrilling story about Blackwood Manor, a creepy old house full of secrets. Ready? Let's go. A long time ago, there was this huge, old mansion called Blackwood Manor. It sat all alone in the middle of a dark forest, looking super scary with its broken windows and ivy-covered walls. People in the nearby town whispered about it. They said it was haunted, ghosts roamed the halls, doors slammed on their own, and strange noises came from inside at night. No one dared to go near it, until one girl decided she had to find out the truth. Her name was Mia. She was brave, curious, and loved a good mystery. One day, she heard the story of Blackwood Manor. A rich family used to live there, but something terrible happened, and they all disappeared. Some said it was a curse, others said it was murder. Mia thought, I'm going to solve this once and for all. So, she grabbed her flashlight, a notebook, and headed to the manor. When she got there, the place was even creepier than she imagined. The wind howled like it was trying to warn her. The front door creaked open by itself, super freaky, right? Inside, it was dark and dusty, with old furniture covered in cobwebs. Mia's heart was pounding, but she wasn't backing down. As she explored, weird stuff started happening. She heard footsteps behind her, but no one was there. A cold breeze brushed her neck, and then, bam, a painting fell off the wall. Mia jumped but kept going. She found an old library hidden behind a secret door. Inside were tons of books, and one caught her eye, a dusty diary with the name Eleanor Blackwood on it. Mia started reading. Eleanor was part of the family that lived there 100 years ago. The diary said the family had a big secret. They were trying to talk to spirits with some weird magic. But something went wrong. One night, during a stormy ritual, lightning hit the house, and the family vanished. Eleanor wrote that their spirits got trapped in the manor, stuck forever because of the curse. Suddenly, Mia felt the room get freezing cold. She looked up, and there they were, ghostly figures floating around her. They didn't look angry, though, they looked sad. One of them, a lady who looked like Eleanor, whispered, "Help us." Mia's mind was racing. She didn't just want to run away, she wanted to free these trapped souls. The diary mentioned a special object, an old necklace hidden in the house, that could break the curse. Mia searched everywhere, dodging slamming doors and flickering lights. Finally, in the basement, she found it, a shiny silver necklace glowing faintly. She held it up, and the ghosts gathered around her. Mia said, "I'll set you free." She smashed the necklace on the ground, and a bright light filled the room. The ghosts smiled, then faded away. The air felt lighter, and the creepy vibes were gone. Blackwood Manor wasn't haunted anymore. Mia walked out as the sun came up, feeling like a hero. The town couldn't believe it, the mystery was solved, and the curse was broken, all thanks to one brave girl. So, what do you think, guys? Would you visit Blackwood Manor? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more spooky stories. Second story, Blackwood Manor, Creepy Encounters. Hey guys, today, we're going deep into the eerie world of Blackwood Manor, a place so creepy it's been scaring people for over 200 years. This isn't just a quick ghost story, it's a full-on mystery with twists and chills. Grab a snack, turn off the lights, and let's get started. Way back in the 1800s, Blackwood Manor was built by a rich family, the Blackwoods. They were strange folks, obsessed with dark magic and talking to the dead. The mansion was massive, with tall towers, secret rooms, and a huge iron gate that locked it away from the world. It sat on a hill surrounded by a foggy forest, and even back then, people said it felt wrong. Birds didn't sing near it, and the air always smelled like damp earth and something sour. The Blackwoods threw wild parties, but not the fun kind. Neighbors heard chants and screams coming from the house at night. Then, one stormy evening in 1823, something awful happened. Lightning struck the manor, the sky turned red, and the whole family just vanished. No bodies, no clues, nothing. The townsfolk said they messed with forces they couldn't control, and the house swallowed them up. After that, Blackwood Manor sat empty, but not quiet. Years passed, and the stories grew. Travelers said they saw shadowy figures in the windows. Kids dared each other to knock on the door, only to run away screaming when it opened on its own. By the 1900s, the manor was falling apart, rotting wood, cracked walls, and a roof that looked ready to cave in. But the creepy encounters, they never stopped. Fast forward to 1975. A guy named Tom, a photographer who loved old places, heard about Blackwood Manor. He thought, I'll take some pictures, maybe sell them for a book. Big mistake. Tom went in with his camera, a flashlight, and a buddy named Jake to help carry gear. They planned to stay an hour. They barely made it out alive. Inside, the air was thick and cold, like stepping into a freezer. The floors creaked under their feet, and the walls were covered in weird scratches, like claw marks. Tom snapped a photo of the grand staircase, but when he looked at the camera screen, there was a blurry figure standing at the top. Jake swore he didn't see anyone when they walked in. That's when they heard it, a low, raspy laugh echoing from upstairs. They climbed the stairs, hearts pounding. At the top was a long hallway lined with old portraits. The eyes in the paintings seemed to follow them. Tom took another picture, and this time, the camera caught something worse, a tall, thin shadow with glowing eyes standing at the end of the hall. Jake whispered, "We need to leave," but Tom was too curious. He wanted proof. They pushed deeper into the house, finding a locked door with strange symbols carved into it. Tom jiggled the handle, and it clicked open. Inside was a room that smelled like mold and death. Candles were melted into the floor in a circle, and in the middle sat a cracked mirror. Jake said, "This feels bad, man," but Tom stepped closer. That's when the mirror lit up, not with light, but with faces. Pale, twisted faces pressed against the glass, mouthing silent screams. The room shook. Books flew off shelves, and a voice, deep and growly, yelled, "Get out." Jake bolted, but Tom froze as the mirror cracked. A bony hand reached out, grabbing his arm. He screamed, yanked free, and ran after Jake. They didn't stop until they were miles away, panting and shaking. Tom's photos. Half were blank, and the rest showed shadows and faces that weren't there when he took them. He never went back. But the story doesn't end there. In 2010, a group of teens snuck into Blackwood Manor on Halloween, live streaming it for fun. Their video started normal, laughing, joking, exploring. Then, 20 minutes in, the feed got weird. The screen flickered, and they started whispering about hearing footsteps. One girl, Sarah, pointed at a corner and screamed, "What's that?" The camera swung around, catching a glimpse of a figure, tall, cloaked, with no face, just before the stream cut out. The next day, the cops found their gear scattered outside the manor, but the teens were gone. No trace, no explanation. People say they're still in there, trapped by whatever haunts the place. Since then, the town put up signs, "Stay away from Blackwood Manor." But every year, someone ignores them, and the creepy encounters keep piling up. Locals swear the Blackwoods never left. They say the family's spirits are stuck, angry and waiting. Some hear whispers in the wind, begging for help. Others see lights flicker in the windows at night. And if you're brave, or dumb, enough to go inside, they say you'll feel it, eyes watching you, hands brushing your back, and a voice that knows your name. So, what do you think, guys? Is Blackwood Manor cursed, haunted, or just a creepy old house? Would you step inside? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more spooky tales. Third story: Blackwood Manor, The Lost Guest. Hey everyone, today, we're diving into another creepy story about Blackwood Manor, a place so spooky it's been freaking people out for centuries. This time, it's about a guest who went in, and never came out. Let's get into it. Blackwood Manor has been sitting on that foggy hill since the 1800s, looking like something straight out of a horror movie: crumbling walls, twisted trees, and a vibe that screams, "Stay away." Back in the day, the Blackwood family lived there. They were rich, weird, and obsessed with dark stuff like magic and spirits. People say they messed with something evil, and one night, poof, they were gone. No one knows what happened, but the house stayed, and so did the creepy vibes. Fast forward to 1952. A woman named Clara Jones showed up in the nearby town. She was fancy, big hat, red coat, and a suitcase like she was on a mission. Clara told the locals she was a writer working on a book about haunted houses, and Blackwood Manor was her next stop. The townsfolk warned her, "Don't go. That place eats people." But Clara just smiled and said, "I've seen worse." Famous last words, right? She checked into a little inn and told the owner she'd spend one night in the manor to feel its story. The next morning, she packed a small bag, notebook, pen, flashlight, and a camera, and headed up the hill. The innkeeper watched her disappear into the fog, her red coat fading into the gray. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. Clara didn't come back the next day. Or the day after. The town got worried, so a few brave guys went to check the manor. The front door was wide open, creaking in the wind. Inside, they found her suitcase by the entrance, unzipped, with her notebook sticking out. The pages were full of scribbles, "The walls are breathing, someone's singing upstairs, I'm not alone." The last entry just said, "It's here," with the pen trailing off the page like she dropped it. Her camera was there too, smashed on the floor. The film inside was ruined, but one photo survived, a blurry shot of the grand dining room. In the corner, there was a shape, tall, shadowy, with eyes that glowed like tiny fires. The guys noped out fast, leaving everything behind. Clara was gone, and no one wanted to look for her after that. Years later, in 1988, a hiker named Ben stumbled across something weird near the manor. Half buried in the dirt, he found a red coat, Clara's coat. It was torn and muddy, but inside the pocket was a crumpled note. It read, "The guest is welcome. The guest must stay." Ben freaked out and took it to the town, but when he went back with the sheriff, the coat was gone, like it never existed. After that, people started seeing things. Late at night, folks driving by the manor swore they saw a woman in a red coat standing at the window, staring out. Sometimes, she'd wave, but her face, it wasn't right. Too pale, too still, like a mask. One guy even said he heard her voice on the wind, singing a soft, creepy tune, "Come in, come stay, the night's your friend, chills, right?" Then, in 2020, a paranormal team decided to investigate. They brought fancy gear, cameras, voice recorders, the works. They set up in the dining room where Clara's photo was taken. For hours, nothing happened. But at 3 a.m., their recorder picked up a whisper, "Why did you leave me?" The team froze. A second later, every light in the house flickered on, then off. Their camera caught a glimpse of a woman in a red coat walking past the doorway, but when they chased after her, the hall was empty. The creepiest part? When they played back the footage, there was a laugh, a low, echoing laugh that didn't come from any of them. They packed up and left, swearing Blackwood Manor wasn't just haunted, it was alive. They think Clara's still there, not as a ghost, but as part of the house. Like it claimed her, made her its guest forever. Now, locals avoid the manor even more. They say if you get too close, you'll hear her singing. And if you're dumb enough to go inside, you might end up like Clara, lost, trapped, and waving from the window for the rest of time. So, what do you think, guys? Is Clara still in Blackwood Manor? Would you spend a night there to find out? Let me know in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more creepy stories. See you next time, unless the manor gets me first.